Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where the boundaries of time and space are bridged by the power of storytelling and the pursuit of knowledge. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey through the labyrinthine corridors of recent history as we delve into the intricacies of the Monica Lewinsky scandal. This pivotal event in modern American politics has left an indelible mark on the nation's consciousness, raising fundamental questions about power, morality, and the human condition. As we set out to explore this complex and captivating narrative, let us first establish the historical context that gave rise to this scandal. The year was 1995, a time of great change and upheaval in the United States. The Cold War had ended, and the country was navigating a new era of global politics. The presidency of Bill Clinton, which began in 1993, was marked by efforts to reform healthcare, reduce the deficit, and promote international trade. However, it was also during this period that the seeds of scandal were sown. In November 1995, Monica Lewinsky, a bright and ambitious young woman from California, began her internship at the White House, working in the office of Chief of Staff Leon Panetta. The White House, with its imposing facade and storied history, was a place of great excitement and nervousness for Lewinsky, who had grown up with a passion for politics. As she walked through the hallowed halls, she could hardly have imagined that her life was about to become inextricably linked with one of the most powerful men in the world. It was during this period that Lewinsky first met President Clinton, who would later become a central figure in the scandal that bore her name. The initial interactions between Lewinsky and Clinton were seemingly innocuous, with the president taking an interest in the young intern's career aspirations and offering guidance on her future endeavors. However, as the months progressed, the nature of their relationship began to shift, with Lewinsky and Clinton engaging in a series of clandestine meetings and conversations. The secrecy surrounding their relationship was necessary, given the power dynamics at play and the potential consequences of discovery. The White House, with its strict protocols and ever-watchful eyes, was not a place where secrets could be kept easily. Yet, despite the risks, Lewinsky and Clinton continued to see each other, their relationship deepening with each passing day. Key figures such as Linda Tripp, a colleague of Lewinsky's at the Pentagon, and Vernon Jordan, a close friend and advisor to President Clinton, would play important roles in the scandal's development. The city of Washington, D.C., with its grand monuments and whispered secrets, was a place where power and intrigue hung in the air. The Watergate complex, where Nixon's downfall had begun just over 2 decades earlier, stood as a reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of accountability. As Lewinsky and Clinton navigated their secret relationship, they were aware of the risks, but perhaps not the full extent of the consequences that would soon unfold. It was in January 1998 that the scandal began to unravel, as news of the affair between Lewinsky and Clinton broke in the media. The city of Washington, D.C., with its grand monuments and whispered secrets, was abuzz with excitement and intrigue. The White House, once a place of great excitement and nervousness for Lewinsky, had become a symbol of scandal and controversy. As the news spread like wildfire, the country was left reeling, struggling to come to terms with the fact that their president had been involved in a clandestine relationship with a young intern. One of the key figures who played a crucial role in exposing the scandal was Linda Tripp, a colleague of Lewinsky's at the Pentagon. Tripp, who had become a confidant of Lewinsky's, had been secretly recording their conversations, which ultimately provided the evidence needed to reveal the affair. The recordings, which were later obtained by investigators, revealed a complex web of relationships and motivations that went far beyond a simple affair. As the scandal gained momentum, President Clinton faced intense scrutiny and pressure to resign. In a now famous press conference, Clinton denied having sexual relations with Lewinsky, stating, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky." However, as evidence mounted, it became clear that Clinton's statement was, at best, misleading. The scandal also shed light on the inner workings of the White House and the lives of those who worked there. The character of Vernon Jordan, a close friend and advisor to President Clinton, came under scrutiny for his role in attempting to secure a job for Lewinsky, potentially as a way to silence her about the affair. The actions of Jordan and others highlighted the complexities and nuances of the relationships within the White House and the ways in which power and influence were wielded. The impeachment trial of President Clinton, which began in January 1999, was a defining moment in the scandal. The trial, which was broadcast live on television, captivated the nation, with many Americans watching in awe as the drama unfolded. In the end, Clinton was acquitted by the Senate, but the scandal had left an indelible mark on his presidency and the country. The scandal not only revealed the flaws and weaknesses of those in power, but also highlighted the resilience and determination of those who sought to uncover the truth. As the impeachment trial came to a close in February 1999, President Clinton's acquittal marked the beginning of the end of the scandal's intense media scrutiny. However, the fallout from the scandal continued to shape American politics and society in profound ways. The scandal led to a significant shift in the way politicians and public figures approached issues of personal conduct and transparency. It also highlighted the importance of accountability and the need for checks on power. One of the most significant consequences of the scandal was the impact it had on the lives of those involved. Monica Lewinsky, who had been at the center of the storm, faced intense scrutiny and backlash, including death threats and public shaming. She later spoke out about the trauma she experienced during this period, highlighting the need for greater empathy and understanding in our public discourse. The scandal also had a profound impact on the way we think about power dynamics, consent, and workplace relationships. It sparked a national conversation about the complexities of sexual harassment and the importance of creating safe and respectful work environments. The Me Too movement, which emerged nearly 2 decades later, owed a debt to the conversations and debates that began during the Lewinsky scandal. In the years following the scandal, President Clinton's legacy was forever marked by the events that had transpired. While he remained a prominent figure in American politics, his presidency was ultimately defined by the scandal, and his subsequent actions were viewed through the lens of his impeachment. The scandal also had a lasting impact on the Democratic Party, leading to a reevaluation of the party's values and priorities. It has shaped our understanding of power, morality, and the human condition, and continues to influence our world today. The scandal serves as a reminder of the importance of accountability, transparency, and empathy in our public discourse. In conclusion, dear listeners, our journey through the fascinating narrative of the Monica Lewinsky scandal has come to an end. Thank you for joining me on this journey through History with Herodotus. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.